principles, about accessibility, about making art more enjoyable and intriguing for the public who don't maybe know that much about sort of art and about art language and so on. I'm also very interested in the intersections between environmentalism, ecologies, and art, and how these three kind of intersect, especially in terms of sustainability. Yeah, I think also wilder modes of thinking. So yeah, that's kind of why I applied. So basically, I kind of wanted to play with Ilkwang because I think it's a space that has very lived and very a long history intertwining and being as opposed to some other beaches like Guagali or Myeongdae, which are like fantastic beaches but are quite separated from people who genuinely live there. Ilkwang is a beach that very much still has an existing, living, breathing sort of relationship with the ocean and the sea. So the whole notion of an assemblage, and I'll come to the non-human and human part in a bit, is kind of about the idea of co-producing these relationships between the sea as its own world and its own ecology and the human ecology. So that is something that I want to tap into and basically visualize through art what these kind of invisible or perhaps unseen or unperceived relationships and the frictions, the tensions, the sort of beauty, all of these things could be kind of encapsulated through art and visualized through the CR Festival. Art itself being very much an assemblage within itself, really. National, local, regional, international art ecologies, they all produce and co-produce their own assemblages. So that is something that I also wanted to bring within this space, but perhaps in a way that is not always foregrounded, which is to do that through the non-human and the relations between the human and non-human, specifically to do with the sea and the oceanic world, and kind of foregrounding the non-human in ways that we normally don't in a world that is very much hierarchizing human beings, really, and our needs and our struggles, our ideologies, and so on, but really tapping into a different way of thinking by foregrounding non-human thinking, existence, sort of interrelations, and how that relates to the human. With the CR Festival, I kind of wanted to see how it translated to more than just a conceptual, intellectual, academic idea. Because for me, it very much is a lived idea. Not in like a corny or cliche way, but it's just literally a fact that we're all part of an assemblage and coexist within the non-human, right? It's inextricable. It's in the coffee you're drinking, it's in the clothes you wear, it's in the sweat that comes from your body. Like for me, we're all inextricably tied to flows of the non-human, we just never perceive it. I want to see that play out in the format of an art festival. Well, it's been tough. They've basically been sending us very detailed sketches, very detailed installation plans, but also had to be incredibly flexible with their vision of their own artworks, because we're kind of producing them here, we're kind of building them here, but that depends on the materials, on the kind of like budget and time resources. It's easy to do with something like a video work or something which is painting or a print work, but to build something from scratch with the materials which are locally available, it's taken a lot of changes and a lot of working around these variables. Although every single sort of international artist that I've approached has actually agreed to this way of working. They very much understand what the situation is across the world, so are very open to different practices of working.
평소에 바다에 대해서 제가 생각할 때는 모두의 것이라고 생각을 했는데 인간을 중심으로 생각하면서 이번 전시에서 인간과 인간 같이 이런 이거를 되게 잘 말씀해 주실 것 같아서 이제가 대부분 감사하는 것이고 저는 원래 대구에 살다가 부산에 대학교 다녀와서 그때부터 약간 바다를 점점 보기 시작하면서 이게 바다 주변에 사는 삶이구나 이렇게 느꼈는데 제가 바다를 보면서 영화를 최근에 만들고 싶었어요. 그래서 바다를 기념으로 사람의 만남과 헤어짐, 탄생과 죽음 이런 주제를 다루고 싶다는 생각이 들었는데 그때 바다미술제 홍보를 보고 되게 괜찮다 이렇게 생각을 해서 지원을 하고 전에 방방을
연구하고 있고 제 주된 관심사는 지역의 균형 개발인데 한국 전체에서도 그렇고 부산 내에서도 지역적으로 균형적이게 개발이 되는 게 가장 중요하다고 생각해요. 그 차이가 가장 두드러지는 것이 문화예술이라고 생각합니다. 부산 비엔날레 같은 경우가 그걸 조금 해소해주는 역할을 하고 있다고 생각을 해서 경험하는 게 좋은 기회가 될 것 같아서 서포터즈 활동을 하게 됐어요.
저희는 저희 학교